In order to be able to discuss how does one find love, first we would need to define what is love. And for your average fellow or fellette, love is an emotion. For me, love is not an emotion. That emotion can be let's call it love with a small L. Love with a small L varies according to the temperature. What you're looking for is love with a capital L, which you don't really know what it is, nor do you even have an experience of it. Or if you do, it's like so small. And you project it on a person, on a woman. Once upon a time, I was with a girl and I felt like this, that's love. And then you're addicted like a crackhead. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to tell you what love is. Love is the flow. That means your energy circulates. When the energy circulates, your vessel is a conduit for something greater. And your energy flows. Guess what? You feel connected. Isn't love in people's minds a deep connection? I want a deep connection. Of course you want a deep connection. Everybody wants a deep connection. Because it's our nature to be deeply connected. So what do you want to be deeply connected to? Yourself and life. And by the nature of this, others. I could be deeply connected to the person that I see crossing the street, half a mile away. Let's pretend I can see half a mile away. I could be deeply connected to that person and never speak to that person. A connection doesn't mean I need to be with you. It's a heart. It's a place that I can see you. I can see you from a fucking mile away. Do you understand? So that's how I define love. Now, I understand the drug version of love, the small L. I can appreciate the intoxication of a love affair. Yeah, of course I can. But it's very short-lived, like a drug. And then after this, you want more, and generally you can't get it. And if you were a person who knows the game, that person is going to start now bringing sets of rules. You want some of this? You're going to behave like this. You want some of that? You're going to do this, this, and this. No longer shall you do this, this, and this. And it's a slowly grooming to be a little dog. and the guys are going to do something like that also. This is not a criticism. So that can clearly not be love. This is an emotion. It's like a drug. And like I said, listen, musicians, artists live. They get a paycheck because they are able to generate emotions. You understand? What that means? They make it out of nothing. You watch a movie, you shed a tear. This is an actor who's in his trailer taking a shit. Probably wiped his ass halfway because he was in a hurry. Came on set. They puffed him up his face and then he's like nailing that emotion and you're shedding a tear. It's not real. So what am I saying? An emotion can be generated. But that's not true. It's an experience like a drug is. I respect that. I have nothing against that. But it's not true. So therefore, if it's not true, it's flimsy and then you can't find security. You can't rest in it. You can't rely on it. Especially as a man. The love for a man is different than love for a woman. At the end of the day, it's the same, but the experience is, the way is different. Let's simplify it, and I don't want to take that tangent. I just wanted to slide that in. So you as a man now have no control over yourself, and now this person is your boss. She's your God now. But this is a psychopath. You really want to put yourself in such a position? Well, that's opening to love. That's like learn how to be vulnerable and trusting one another. You're fucking insane. Get the fuck out of here. You're a psycho. This is bullshit. If you buy into this thing, you're a drug addict. You're a moron. And she's eating you alive. She's just taking her time. You're a moron. You're fucked. Good luck. Run. Anyways, listen, I've been around. I've tried this. I've tried this. I've tried this. I've tried that. What can I say? That's not the solution. As a man, your responsibility is to connect. You need to connect to yourself. You need to connect to the different energies inside of you. You need to connect to something greater than yourself. It's a real connection. It's not in your fantasies. Then you start to connect with the world outside at that level, as well as all the other levels, even all the way to the superficial, to the fashion you sport. Then you interact with other people. But I'm in my flow. I'm experiencing my love for myself, for my life, for my intent, or for the intent that governs my life. And when it flows, you feel good. And now let's say I meet a woman. So that's why I said, I'm not looking for love. I'm looking for a possibility of creation because I have my own shit, don't I? I have my flow, my energy, and then the Dharma power or the God or the intelligence, whatever you want to call it, now brings a female here. Now, what am I going to do with her? She can give me love? I already have love. I don't have a vagina though. I don't have the feminine expression on the external, on the outside. I'm a man on the outside. She woman on the outside. So now we have something that can be, could be. That's why I said it's a possibility. Now let's see what this is about. What can be created? But then that girl, she ain't got no love for herself. So you got to activate that in her. Help her have an experience of herself. So the love flows. And without that, what are we going to create? Seems simple to me. I don't know. Is that simple for you? Now, it's easier said than done. At the end of the day, we are fucking drug addicts. Let's be straight. We are depleted. We're broken. We're diseased. We're mentally confused. Our minds are full of fucking Hollywood shit. Everything in our lives makes it difficult to discover those basic things I'm speaking about. Respect, I understand you. I've been in your shoes. I sympathize with you. It doesn't change the fact that, well, you have a choice. You want to be an idiot? You want to be a drug addict? You want to live in danger? Or you want to discover genuine security? Well, you're not going to find security in the arms of mama. And you're not going to find security in the arms of the government. And you're not going to find security in money. It's not real. It's all an illusion. What the fuck, man? Don't you get it? It's not real. Somebody can take it away. If somebody can take it away, how can I rely? How can my life rely on something that somebody can take it away? Nah, that's called being dumb. Well, I'm going to accumulate so much, ain't nobody going to take it away. You're going to die. You're going to take it away. Now, for me, this is pretty basic. If you get your head out of your fucking ass for a minute, you understand what I'm saying? If you have a little bigger perspective, that's why I said literally, take your head out of your fucking phone and look around and just consider for a minute that life is a little greater than your little fucking Instagram posts and your little job and your little life. Just a little zoom out. Like, I'm not even asking you to look into the heavens. Just like a little bit. What I'm saying is pretty basic. You're going to die. Of course you're insecure. What you going to do? How does one find security in life? So people, what are they trying to do generally? They try to find a partner that they can create a little fucking bubble with. And they call that love. This is called being attached and dependent. Now, I sympathize with that. And I have nothing against that. But just don't call it what it is. Don't use the word love for this. It's not love. This is attachment. And attachment offers you a sense of security. Depends if it's a good attachment. Meaning it's some attachments can be very juicy. I ain't got nothing against that. That's not going to protect you from death. That's not going to protect you from the immensity of life. That's not going to protect you from the fact that you have no sense of what life is about, that you have no sense of the game of life, that you don't know how to play. And what it's going to do is it's going to siphon your fucking energy, and it's going to blind you. It's going to create like a layer of mucus everywhere, and you can everything else is going to disappear. That's what it's going to offer you. And that's what people call love. Now, I understand. Imagine you're all alone in the world. Even if you have friends and family and whatnot. Your average person, that's how they feel, isn't it? Right? Especially nowadays, where the rapports are confused. So everybody's technically at home on the machine and the computer, even if they have your mom and dad, or mom or dad, or who the fuck knows. And you're in your room as a child with your fucking machine. And then you look at idiots on fucking Instagram having the greatest life ever that you're never going to have, even if yours is so awesome, but it's never as awesome. And then you feel this inside this pain because you feel lonely and you feel misunderstood. And if only you could find somebody with who you could share yourself, who will love you and appreciate you, and that you can love and appreciate, and you have this like special, unique bond. Ain't that right? If only. And then everywhere you go, this is what you secretly hope for, even when you're pretending to be a player. That's because you, like, for a minute you gave up on love. Now you decided you're gonna vampire up your game and suck as much as you can. But at the end of the day, deep down, this is what you really want. So that you can find somebody and merge with and have your little world and be safe. Look around. Does it work? That's why I say, man, use your brain. Look around. Does it work? You've lived it before. Did it work? But only if she could have just not been her and be almost her, but not exactly her, it could have worked. It never works. It certainly doesn't work the way you imagine. It works for something else. Like I said, it creates a bubble. It's a place where you live in a fantasy, you share a fantasy together. But that's a fantasy. That ain't reality. So what's the point of a fantasy? It protects you from life, capital L. It protects you from the grandness of it. And I understand and I sympathize with you. That's not love. And that's why nobody who lives this is ever content. Like I said, define love. I've just defined it for you. Love with a capital L. Not loser, love. It's the flow. It's a connection. Connection with yourself and connection with an intent that guides you and is greater than you. It's a real connection, not in your fantasies, not in your imagination. In other words, you don't have to compensate by being righteous. You feel it, you live it, it moves you. You're with it. Well, you feel that connection with yourself, with life itself. Then when you meet other people, they just enhance the connectivity. That's why it creates a possibility. And now, of course, we're creative beings. So what can we create, potentially? Maybe we could create this, maybe we could create that. Okay, what needs to happen in order for us to create this? Well, we need to remove this, take this, clean this, and maybe, if it doesn't work, the life energy keeps flowing, doesn't it? The flow keeps going. Then you go elsewhere, another possibility. Or maybe there's no possibility for the time being. You sit down and you're just with yourself. It's there, it's alive, it's pulsating. Versus, I've been in such relations. It's what it is. I don't want to say anything bad about it. It's what it is. It served its purpose for the time that I needed it. But what did I need it for? A shelter. And that's why I tell it to you. I needed a moment to shelter myself while I get my shit together. Etc., etc. Until I'm like, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to kill myself. I can't, there's no room for me here. I'm going to say it again. There's no room for me here. There's only room for a part of me. And a part of me, if that part becomes all of me, then that part of me is not even me anymore. It's not even part of me. It's like a cancer. There's no room for me. I can't grow. There's no space for me. There's no space for me to discover. Probably because you haven't found the right one. Okay. Anyways, what do I know? Nothing. End of story. Let's move on.